don't even know that nope. Okay, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Um, Forgot to turn on my mic before I started. Okay. So in a live stream the other day, the session 4 of the regulating my nervous system video, I made this. And at the end of that, I said, I want to rework this. I feel like I want to do some collage over here. And so I have gone through a number of different um, kind of ways to rework this image. I changed the orientation to landscape. I also changed the color palette. Um, so this is still the inspiration for the color palette, but I added some additional mediums and some other colors. Um, and I really like how all of these kind of go together. It's reading, I feel like it reads a little light on the camera. Um, and then I did a sketch, and this is me kind of reworking the composition again of this original image, right? Like it was this orientation, and so I'm going more landscape orientation, right? And more elements that make a little sense. Um, and then I mentioned that I wanted to do some collage, and so that is one of the things that I started doing was making some stencils of the pieces that I feel like I will end up, making collage pieces for. So this is just tracing paper, and this is the couch, and then the record player, and then this is some of that like textured craft paper, rice paper. And I'm still thinking about this. I feel like I really like the thought of having this kind of paper on the image, especially since I'm gonna, build out this collage. I also plan to, I don't know yet what, um, like where the colors are gonna go as of yet. Like this color palette, I don't know where that's gonna go as of yet. Hello, how y'all doing? But I know that I want to at least try. Um, I want to use this brown paper in this image, and so I'm going to um, cut out the stencil of the couch from this, and I have enough room, so I'll do the record player too, and then I'm gonna make a second couch out of the collage paper that I make. So I will have two different materials to see like what will work best with the composition, if this brown paper or if the collage paper that I'm getting ready to make, if that will be better. And so this paper is, let me see. Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna make hopefully y'all not shaking too much. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry if you are. Um this paper is this watercolor paper, the You Create watercolor paper. Um, It's the super heavyweight, 140 pound, 50 sheets. Um, this is something that you can get at like Walmart, like on Walmart.com. It is not, like a fancy paper at all, but it gets the job done. This is actually decent paper, to practice on, especially if you are trying to get familiar with like watercolor paper in general. The only thing that I will say though is that this is like cream paper. This is not white at all. So that's the only thing, to be mindful of. But for the price, for 50 sheets, 9 by 12 is pretty good. But I'm going to make collage paper, and I will use the stencils that I made to see what looks best. If the collage paper that I make looks best, or if using the brown paper that I mentioned will look better. So let's see, hopefully maybe that's better. I really should have cleaned my desk up before I started this. But that's okay. Okay, so making collage paper right now, and this is the color palette. Um, these are some greens that I have in my color pencil collection, and I wanted to try to keep the color palette in harmony with, this is like one of my favorite colors, lichen green, in the Derwent color soft color pencils. But I have these other pencils that I really like and are in this color family, and so I made one of the kind of reworking goals for myself after that initial live stream was to rework the palette and pull in some different colors. So I added like this ballerina pink, and then this salmon color, and then this is ecru beige, green gold, and then green gray. And this is kind of what it looks like. This is random. I was actually making this little mixed media palette reminder sheet and wiping my brush off on this sheet of paper. And after I was done, I was like, oh, these colors actually look really nice together. I like, I actually like how that looks. So this is kind of what we're going for on the on the collage paper that we're gonna make. Um, okay, and it's probably gonna look a little bit different because this is not the same paper. This is Canson paper, which is a little bit better than this paper, and this is more heavyweight. Okay, so we got green gold, green gray. I have because this paper is so cream, I am not, and it's almost gone in this palette anyway. This is this ecru beige that I was mentioning, but it's almost gone, and I don't really need to. This paper is already cream enough. So, and then okay, so we got those colors. And then I have this Arteza gouache paint, and it's pretty good. I would say it's pretty good gouache. I have more professional, grade gouache. I love Holbein, but for this, it's fine to just use this. So for the salmon color, I'm going to use light apricot. I also have a salmon in this neo color one. So that will also come into play at some point. And then the ballerina pink that I mentioned, that's this one. That's what it looks like on this paper. Is this by Arteza? So that's gonna go in there as well. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, sorry, y'all. Always hit the paper. I keep snagging this some of these Arteza colors. They can be, they're inconsistent. I think that's the best way for me to describe the Arteza. Like the formula, it can be creamy sometimes, and then it can be chalky too. Um, but again, this is me working through this process of not only just using my colors, but also just working through this idea of, giving yourself grace when you need to rework an idea. Um, and then it's okay if you have to, create something a few different times and see what happens. And that's what we're doing. That's what we are doing together. Um, okay, let's put some green gray. For those that are just joining, I am making collage paper right now. I made some stencils of a living room scene that I have been sketching and drawing out. And decided to, make some stencils and do some collage instead. So I'm making the paper that I'm gonna cut the like the couch and like the record player out of. And I really don't need two. I really feel like I could do one. Okay, give me some more color. color on here. And this is a mix of what is this? Gouache and the Kuretake Gansai Tambi paint. Now, am I gonna go over this program and just do a little bit of this? Because I want these colors to be bright when I cut them for the stencils. I want it to translate well. Oh, maybe I do need two because I need to do like, I gotta cut out the pillows and stuff too. Um, Hi there, how are you? Thank you for being here. I am just making some collage paper right now. Okay, so we got some of this light apricot salmon down. Let's see. And then while these dry, I'm gonna cut out the couch and the record player stencils into the brown paper. says hello. What's the matter? Hmm? That's my emotional support puppy, Winnie. She's an 11-pound mini schnauzer and is my supervisor. She manages me every minute of the day. Um, I really like when I make collage paper and I'm making, I'm cutting out stencils. I really like a dry brush look on the cutout. Um, what's the matter? You okay over there? Okay. I'm gonna put a little more green gold on the other end now to kind of blend it a little bit. Because again, this is the sheet that's more, well, I don't know which sheet yet. It's gonna be the sheet that I use for the pillows on the couch. Maybe it'll probably be this one for the pillows on the couch. So I want the cutout to be interesting. I want it to, be visually interesting. So I'm trying to create some depth. Just with the colors. And like I said, I really like the dry brush look on my collage cutout pieces. Um, yeah, because this has a different texture. And then I guess that's the other kind of tip too, that I can point out is that I'm kind of creating two different textures. It's the same color scheme, right? The same colors, but because it's a cutout, for collage pieces, I want it to have I want those pieces to have different textures. So I'm creating that, on the paper in the design already. Um, and then we'll do it with like layering, layering with other pieces. Um, of paper, like this brown paper. I also have this rice paper as well. So, okay. And then this is another reason that I wanted to also use this as a collage piece instead, or see what how this composition looks in collage as compared to like paint, like watercolor and things like that. This green gray in this Kuretake set granulates quite a bit, and so it doesn't behave like the rest of the paints. And it doesn't I still need to figure out my water control. And so with this on collage paper though, again, it's that added granulation makes more sense in this form as opposed to, let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is like a test of this composition that I'm reworking, and it's very, very light. But see how this kind of turns out on a flat page. This doesn't, for me, I don't like it. But on collage paper, this kind of granulation and the way that it looks, it's gonna make more sense as a texture on a collage piece, you know, as opposed to being like the dark element on the image. So I hope I'm making sense. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. Okay. And then like I said, this is the original sketch or the reworked composition that I'm now working from. And let's see. Is it easier to see the whole thing kind of like that? I think so. So I made a cutout of the couch. This is a stencil for the couch, and so this is what I'm going to use to do the cutouts on the collage paper and on the brown paper. And then this is just the stencil of the record player, like the shape of it, like the details. I'll do that with either a color pencil or some other tool. I just need the cutout to have the shape of the record player. So we did that. And then I did do two little cutouts of rice paper of kind of these back images. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And they need to be bigger anyway now at this point. So that is kind of what we are going to make cutouts of. I have really discovered over the past maybe 2 months that I really like cutting out collage pieces, making collage paper, and then cutting out the images. Okay. Somebody had asked me in one of my previous live streams, like, what kind of channel is this? And I really appreciated that question. Um, I wrote out actually today, and I'll post it. I plan to post it on my community tab, and y'all check out my community tab. Um, Also, definitely like the video. Please comment. Let me know if you like any of the colors, if collage is your jam, you know, or what your medium favorite is. Um, I am trying to grow my channel and will greatly appreciate the engagement. Um, but the person asked me, like, what kind of channel is this? And I was like, well, I share my process videos because I'm an artist. I'm also a therapist, and so share how wellness, you know, what wellness looks like for me. I often post live streams like what I'm doing right now, where I am creating art to regulate my nervous system from anxiety. I mentioned I have an emotional support animal, a puppy. Her name is Winnie. Well, she'll be 3 actually in a few weeks. She'll be 3 years old in a few weeks. She is a Cancer and a definite mama bear. Is very nurturing and loving, and is my supervisor and manager of my life. Okay. Um, so those are some of the things that, you know, are on the list of what this channel is about. The other thing is that I do mini courses related to like art education. So I share like different tips and tricks um, for artist research. So those that are interested in storytelling, like related to um, the themes in their work. For those that are organizers like myself or cultural workers like myself, and you are trying to incorporate like community, social issue kind of themes into your work as well. I think that the way that I share my process might give you some inspiration for how you can approach art. Um, Political education. I repost artist talks on my community page as well. So I listen to a lot of, um, I listen to content that is created by other artists, you know, about other artists. So artists that are talking about artist topics and, you know, about other artists. I recreate those. I repost those on my community tab. So if that is something, you know, that you're interested in, just like hearing more about different artists that maybe you hadn't heard of before, you might want to subscribe, you know. I share about my different projects that I have going on. One of the most recent ones that I shared about was I submitted to a dream art exhibition. The International Association on the Study of Dreams, their dream conference is coming up next week. And a few months ago, they had an open call for dream art, and so I submitted a collage, and it got accepted. And so I shared some of the storytelling and also the artist research that I did for that. So that's also what is a part of this channel, like me sharing the different projects that I put out. Okay, so this is the record player now. Okay, so let's do a stencil check again so we remember what our original design looks like. Okay, so this is the composition, this is the image, right? Okay, and then these are the stencils for the couch. For the couch and then for the record player, right? And so then we just made the brown paper. We could do a brown paper. Oh, that's okay. I'll cut it out again. A brown paper couch, and then we will put the color collage paper that we made. We will cut out like pillows for the couch, right? Out of that colored collage paper. And then the record player, the same thing. I will cut out the black record out of some black, I have some black paper. Let's see, and then I have this rice paper that I'm thinking about putting here. Well, I like that. I will probably recut this because I also scaled up in this composition too. So we got the brown paper couch, we got this rice paper on the back. Mhm. Okay. Now, what I should do next is cut out the pillows from the collage paper, but that paper is not dry yet. I need that to be completely dry. So what I'm gonna do is I will come back in the morning, because that collage paper is not dry and I need that completely dry. I'm gonna come back in the morning and we'll pick up finishing up the collage paper. We'll do the cutouts. We'll do the cutouts of the pillows tomorrow on the collage paper. And I will have some bigger rice paper examples to put here because I definitely think with that brown paper and this rice paper, I think that'll be very pretty for contrast. Okay, see y'all in the morning.